They prowl the roads in unmarked vehicles. They are labeled speedbusters. We join the Gauteng Traffic Department's high-speed unit. Today we are joining the Gauteng Traffic's high-speed unit on patrol. We're going on the N14 towards the capital, then on the N1, and then the R21 towards OR Tambo International Airport. These are so-called hotspots. Let's go on patrol.
The unit consists of 18 members, one chief provincial inspector, 2 supervisors, and 16 officers. And we've got 20 vehicles, unmarked vehicles that we are using out there on the road.
What are the targets? Does every officer have a target to make a certain number of arrests each month?
Yes, we have got a contract with the employer, of which is the Department of Community Safety. Each officer must arrest at least 6 offenders out there on the road.
And how are you doing? How's the unit doing?
I can say the unit is doing very well because with the job that we are doing, by arresting the offenders, we are removing the danger out there on the road and immediately moving the danger out on the road so that the people will be safe out there. Because high speeding is contributing at fatalities on the road.
Now, your unit has been named as the most effective unit by the Gauteng MBC for Community Safety. By Community Safety, you won a very prestigious award from the department. Your response to that?
Yeah, it's an honor and encouraging for the unit to receive the award and recognition from the department. I wish the department can continue with such awards because it's encouraging the officers to perform their duties at the maximum or optimal. So I'll really encourage the department to continue with the awards.
Before we do an arrest or we do anything, we must be certain the car that we are chasing, the number plate appears, and the car that we are chasing, the camera is focusing on the car, because in the court of law, we use all the video footage that we gathered today to testify and use it as evidence to actually make sure that it was that particular car, that driver, and we are certain without a doubt that most definitely it was that particular car. So that this video helps out with the video footage. The machine here helps us to actually record the speed. So how do we record the speed? We work with fixed points. Like for instance, we are approaching a way bridge, and on a way bridge there's signs. We can use any sign that's there, a fixed point, to actually measure that Toyota Hilux. I press start when it passes that fixed point, and when our patrol vehicle passes that fixed point as well, I press start. After pressing the second start, a counter will go on here. We need to actually be behind the vehicle, gathering evidence, using the camera to actually gather evidence. The counter goes on for 500 meters. After 500 meters, I need to also press start when that vehicle passes a fixed point, and when I get to the fixed point, I also need to press start, and then after that, automatically the machine will conclude and give me an average speed.
Well, we seem to have a luxury car in front of us, Jason. Possible candidate?
No, not at this hour. These kind of cars don't actually speed around these times, but come late at night, that's when you see all monsters coming out to play. So no, you'll never get him at this time. He's well away.
He's just cruising.
He's just cruising, yes. This is what we're talking about, right, when we say reckless and negligent driving.
So we're now targeting an Audi, a white one in front of us?
If he was aware of what's happening with the surroundings, he would have slowed down. And it's 164 at the moment. I'm going to use the 120 border as a fixed point. 172.
172 kilometers.
171. 172.
What's the highest speed we recorded for him so far?
177. 176.
We're going to take him on 176.
Wow.
So now what's going to happen, I'm going to put in my blue lights on and the siren to pull him out. Average speed is 171.
Why were you speeding?
I was at the doctor's appointment for my back. My wife is at the airport and there's only one flight to George.
Are you missing your flight?
Yes, I'm missing it.
I'm going to put you under arrest for irregular and negligent driving with an alternative charge of exceeding the legal speed limit or part of the special push your drink 111. Yes. So what's going to happen now, we're going to go to the nearest police station where I'm going to register a case against you.
Inspector, what happens now?
Okay, because he's been put under arrest and my colleague has just read his right to him, what's going to happen is, because he's been put under arrest, I'm going to be driving his car because he's not allowed to drive his car now to the nearest police station, which is Olifantsfontein, SAPS.
What charges is he facing?
He's going to be facing reckless and negligence charges with alternative charge of exceeded a legal speed limit of 120 kilometers an hour, to which he was doing an average speed of 176 kilometers an hour on 120 zone.
We are proceeding to Olifantsfontein SAPS, where we were going to charge the suspect for wreck and neck, for exceeding the speed limit.
A lot of paperwork.
Yeah, we're going to open the docket now for him because of we don't issue tickets, we don't write tickets. From 161 is the law of South Africa. From 161 it's a straight arrest. So we're going to open the docket.
After your shift, the big joy of the day, or your highlight of the day, must be the fact that you've arrested 1 or 2 or even 3 motorists.
Yeah, I'm happy because of you know what, for driving this it's too risky, but for me to manage to stop the reckless driver, I'm happy because of it's my duty to protect the people, like the other motorists, because this is a public road. We must like obey the rules of the road all the time.
People are going to obey the rules. They are forced to obey the rules of the road.
We are here at the Olifantsfontein police station. The speeding driver has been formally charged with reckless and negligent driving. He was driving at an average speed of 176 kilometers per hour right here on the R21. He's been released on bail and will appear in court. Now, Chief, sometimes motorists don't want to stop. They're scared of fake cops, unmarked vehicles with blue lights and sirens. What advice do you have for motorists?
Yes, that's true. I'll advise the motorists to indicate that they've noticed that they're being pulled off, and then they can proceed to the nearest police station or any safe place, even the garage, because at the garage at least there's cameras, and then everything will be dealt with at the safe area.
Speeding is a real problem on South African roads.
Yeah.
What are we going to do to curb this problem which is claiming many lives?
14,000 plus deaths a year on our roads, official statistics from the RTMC. When you unpack those statistics and you look at the reasons behind these crashes, you're seeing that human factor makes up 95% of these crashes. It's a huge problem. Human factors, people who are driving recklessly, obviously people who are drinking and driving, but speed is a major problem in there as well. So it's a question of education, and not just education of people that drive, people like me and you. It's a question of education young children, as young as 5 and 6, how to walk on the road, how to become better pedestrians, how to use a bicycle properly, and then inculcating this throughout their lives and just reinforcing the messaging that speeding is dangerous. You need to have proper and effective policing of speeding. Without that proper and effective policing, you are not going to take it off the roads. But hand in hand with that, you need to have prosecutions, and people need to see that justice is being done. So when people are caught for speeding at 195 kilometers an hour, hour in a 120 zone, they need to obviously be arrested, they need to be processed, but they need to be prosecuted, and the public needs to see that they're being prosecuted, and a message needs to be sent to them. This unit is great. I mean, from our point of view, we really support this unit. We think that the work it's doing is extremely important. There is a need for more of this, and there is a need for proper prosecutions as well.
Is the punishment being meted out to speeding drivers a deterrent? Is it effective?
You know, we had a problem previously with our SAPS, obviously South African Police Services in the province, and also justice system. But our management, are busy dealing with it because they didn't take traffic offences seriously. But at the moment, we are happy. We can see people are fined 80,000. There was a guy that was fined 80,000, and you know, for speeding, or 3 months imprisonment, and then or the fine of 30 or 40,000. So at least at the moment, I believe that we are going to win, because if we arresting people and then they are released and then they are only they are only being charged 10,000 or fine of 1 month in prison, we are fighting a losing battle. But at the moment, I am happy with our justice system. At least they can take us seriously. We are getting there.
Good work by the high-speed unit. For those who put the lives of all in danger, they will catch you. Coming up, we get the latest update on the murder of Toriso Timani. Don't go away.